Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Amon Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher, and you're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Packer content. Go Pack, go!
What's up, guys? Welcome into the PTA postgame show. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Joined alongside Tim in Green Bay, Wisconsin, here to talk about this absolute ass whooping the Packers put on the lines as it's winding down now. Looks like they got a little garbage touchdown here at the last second, I believe, Tim, as it's now 27-13 with 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I was really hoping we could keep that to 7 points or whatever the heck the score was up to that point. But obviously, man, just an absolutely dominant performance by the Green Bay Packers. Here's what's so cool about it, Tim. I think the national media were the only ones that were really surprised by it. Like, oh yeah, this Green Bay's defense is real. We're all kind of sitting back going, I thought it would be closer, me personally, but I'm not surprised the Packers won this game. And it's just amazing how the national media, the Detroit Lions fans, everybody have gotten on this train that the Lions are just so dang dominant. And it's just really not the case. It isn't. I mean, you've seen it in the playoffs last year. So just love the fact that the Packers came out and took care of business. They protected the football. They played solid defense, fast defense, man. Edgerrin Cooper all over the freaking field. It was a sack party on Jared Goff. And listen, as much as we want to tip our cap to these pass rushers for getting all these sacks, you've really got to give credit to the secondary, because there was many times that Jared Goff was looking at read 1, read 2, read 3, and there was nothing open. So much for people being concerned about the DBs on this team, man. What do you think? What's your initial thoughts here? And I'm sure Jacob and Emilio will join us shortly.
I'll let Nate Hobbs tell you what my initial thoughts are.
Belt to ass, BTA. Know what I'm saying?
I love it. Shout out to CV in the secondary. Played a damn good game today. Like you said, Keyshawn Nixon looked pretty solid too. Javon Bullard played pretty well. Evan Williams, obviously. Xavier McKinney had a hell of a game despite the phantom taunting call early on. I thought it was a phenomenal performance by this team. And, really the icing on the cake was Micah Parsons getting that sack there towards the end on Jared Goff. You just got to love it, man. I'm ecstatic. I had a boat race in the books for weeks. I had thought it would be a 35-13 type of deal or something. And I don't know if this was an all-in-all boat race by the Packers, but I will tell you this, Detroit did not ever seem to be in this game to me at all tonight. So just a great performance by the boys.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. It really, at no point was I like, oh no, here they come, and it wasn't that the game wasn't close at times. It was real simple. You just felt like the Packers were in complete control. You felt like they controlled the line of scrimmage. You felt like they controlled the football. They didn't get careless with the football. Jordan Love looked sharp early, and I love the fact that they didn't try to do too much in the second half. Yeah, hey, look, this is kind of how it went last year, where I said Detroit just kind of played the game like, all right, we'll let Green Bay make the mistakes and we'll take this victory. Felt like it was totally opposite today. You could just tell as time went on, Detroit realized we can't beat these guys. We can't beat these guys today. They were just too dominant. So absolutely awesome performance. We got Jacob joining us now. Jen Wright in the chat says, what an amazing game. So it's now a final. The Packers win 27-13. You guys know the final line. I think the Packers were 1.5-point favorites. So if you pick the Pack, you covered that spread by about, I don't know how many times there. What would it be? 7-8 times, maybe even more. But Jacob, what do you think, man? What's your initial thoughts? As Chris Catlin says, Crack Rock, Howard must have. All right, now let's get that off screen. What are we doing here? So Crack Rock's close enough. We do have the receivables. Hopefully he jumps in here, Jacob. As you can see here, we're looking for Rock Howard. Jordan Love, no touchdowns, 2 picks, and a butt fumble. And then he said Lions 38, Packers 21. So we'll see if he shows up in here. Initial thoughts, Jacob.
Man, my voice is almost gone. Been screaming at the TV like a psycho. Just a lot of stuff that I didn't expect. I don't know if you guys have touched on it. Savion Williams taking the opening kickoff. That was awesome. Just all of a sudden, it's like I did the Leo DiCaprio, like, oh, just looking at him like, there he is. Kennard going in after Mr. Zach Tom went out. That was very surprising to me. Sent a message over to the guys in the group chat, and Clay made a great point saying, like, this guy has experience. This is why we traded for him. Now, again, here I got egg on my face, questioning that trade back in the day. Jacobs, you know, just being tried and true, steady Eddie, like, didn't get discouraged right away when it happened. But my Lord, that defense, guys.
Yeah,
I don't know. It felt so different watching a defense that, for whatever reason, you just knew that they were gonna come out there and make plays. It was, guys, we got a Super Bowl team here. That's what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, and again, this is what happens when you protect the football, right? You end up losing the middle 8, I believe, 3-0, but you win the turnover differential 1-0, right? This is how you win these ball games, these divisional games. And Tim, Emilio, I know we got Emilio join us. We'll get his take now, but remember when we broke down, all right, we went through those 6 division games last year and the 5 losses within a division. We were like, every one of these games, if not all of them, a large majority of them, like 4 or 5, 4 of the losses at least, was like, we just gave the ball away. If we had just protected the football, you're probably coming out on the other end here. So King Tron with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says belt to ass. Woo! Go Pack, go, baby. Appreciate the super chat there, Tron. You're the man. And then see, we got one more, and we'll get to Emilio Willen Al Swiderski with the super. Thank you, buddy. He says, Daddy Soda's on him. You love to see it. And then we have Biz 1987 with the super chat. Says McKinney gave them 3, and they still were done. That's a true story right there. That's when I really thought, oh, boy, don't like this. This is kind of when the momentum changes, right? And me and Tim, we were tweeting about that. It's amazing how X couldn't just simply stand over and listen, that's a rule and that's an emphasis. I got you. It should have been a penalty, but they can literally stand up, headbutt us, jaw in our face, and that's not taunting. That's amazing how that works. So
yeah, kind of inconsistent, right? Like what do we tell our players now after you make a play? Just like, don't look down when you're standing near somebody. I mean, that was the definition of ticky-tack penalty right there. Good old cleat though. What do you expect, right?
Yeah. JT, Green Bay fan, thank you for the super chat. Says Yahoo, Evan Williams. I'm telling you, dude, he is so underappreciated. That was a great break on that ball too. Thank you, JT, for the super chat. Boz with the 20 spot. Thank you, buddy. He says, get ready to go, Ben Johnson. I'm gonna need that one.
Get ready to go.
Appreciate it, Boz. And there's your special request, sir. Emilio, let's get your initial thoughts here, man, on this game here between the Packers and the Lions. 27-13 win. Did you watch every snap, and how are you feeling, Bob?
Every snap. Tried to go back on a couple of them, try to get a couple nuggets, but yeah, 27. I was spot on there. I'm happy that Halfley proved me right and kept them below. Honestly, should have been just 6. So the defense played unbelievable. That's kind of scary. The great game from Kobe, I think. You had, the O-line was just a wall up front. I mean, it's like I'm happy that, Goody and Adam and everybody and Matt on offense that we built that, because that was key. Yeah, the rushing game got off a little slow, but everything else was cruising. Just a great game all around. And, I mean, it kind of looked like Dan Campbell had a tear in his eye at the end of the game there. I don't know.
He cries a lot.
Right. William Herman with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, I tried to tell everyone Lions weren't ready for this, man. Telling you that the Lions, they didn't look flat early. They looked like they had some energy, but by the second quarter, boy, it felt different. It felt like a totally different game. We just started to lean on them and lean on them and lean on them. I love the fact that we kept going back to the run, even though it wasn't working, but that was keeping them honest to open up that passing game early on as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Casuin with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says Clayton, Tim, Beard, Excelio. What did each of you think of our run blocking today? Looked exactly like last year to me until Kennard. Boom. Yeah. When Kennard came in, I noticed a lot more pulling. To me, Chris, and I got to go back and watch the tape. I try to stay away from comments like this immediately following the game. It felt like we were trying to run a lot of duo early, and then all of a sudden, and we were just kind of hitting our face into the wall, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you seen two offensive linemen pulling on consistent plays. Yeah. And that's where you got Kennard out there, one time sealing back on the edge, and then another time getting out there and throwing a lead block. So what do y'all think about that, what he said there? Because to me, that's, again, Kennard, one of those dudes that I didn't expect him to come in and play as good as he did. However, when they said Kennard at right tackle, I felt a lot better about that than rookie Anthony Belton. But what's y'all's take on it?
That was my initial reaction, Clay, was I kind of assumed Kennard would come out there first. I didn't expect to see Belton as much as we did towards the end of the game. But I think Chris, the casual end here, is onto something. Run blocking looked pretty good, especially in the later parts of the game today. Josh Jacobs was able to get the wheels turning and get some of those chunk yards, kind of keep the clock rolling and, control the tempo of the game, which is what you need to do when you're playing with a lead. And I think it's a testament to our O-line as a whole. But I don't know. I thought it looked good. It was good to see Big 71 out there, right? Big Escalade playing in his first NFL game and doing okay. So, I think Chris is right there. Run blocking looked a little bit different, especially later in the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead, Jacob.
No, I mean, I just, like Tim said, at first when I saw Kennard get out there, I think I sent a message to the group chat and I was like, Kennard at right tackle, which isn't, necessarily to say shade on Belton or Morgan or anybody else that could maybe swap into that position. It is, again, put number 999 times why I'm wrong all the time as to why we made a decision that Goot made. And everybody's like, why would they do that? Well, here's why, guys, because in the frickin' trenches, when you need somebody that you can plug and play when something goes wrong, well, here's what he did. He came in there, he protected the quarterback. He looked real good doing it. Like you said, they felt so comfortable that they've had the guy pulling, doing absolute stuff that you don't just have a normal backup do. And here I am eating crow again. I'm very happy to do it. What do you think, Emilio?
Yeah, run. Honestly, the run game was a little rough at the beginning there. We weren't churning it, but we were staying on it, which is all I asked Matt of. I mean, you can't get away from it. You can't make it one-sided. But I think Sean Ryan near the end there, he had a couple pancakes that were good. I think Elton got a good push. Everyone was, cleaning up the pile. Jacobs started falling forward near the end of the game. That's why you stay consistent in the first half with it, even though you're only getting 2-3 yards or whatever. You see them start breaking 5, 6, 7, 8 yarders. Ran for 10 one time, and then he kind of gets hungry. You know what I mean? That's that Marshawn Lynch kind of feed me look. So I'm happy with it in the end of the game, but there's always room to improve. But yeah, I did like to see a little bit of the pulling with the guard center combo there.
Keep hitting those super chats for me, Jacob. I'm gonna put this giveaway together.
Yeah, Mr. William Bill Hickox Herman says this was a weird, just better than you game. And man, I did not expect that type of game, but I think that's what it was. Do you guys have any arguments against that?
I think we were a team that showed up refusing to get pushed around in our own building. And it was refreshing to see. I was at the last 3 losses that we took at Lambeau Field, and
they were very physical, Tim. Very physical, weren't they?
Yeah, and it's like there was a tone that was set, I think, even pregame with this team, and we were not going to get pushed around. And there's truth to Bill's comment here. Maybe the Packers just are a better team, and Detroit's going to have to just deal with it. We'll see you guys next matchup, but we got a short week and we get a victory Monday tomorrow. You get to carry that L back to Detroit on the plane. Hopefully you've got enough carry-on baggage to carry the L. And we got a short week. It's going to be on to Washington before you know it. So I think there's some truth to that statement that we're just the better team.
Yeah. Thank you to Clint Armchair Quarterback gifting out 10 Packer fan total access memberships. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Real quick, Mike Hebring with another super chat saying Hutchinson looked like a shell of himself today. I mean, I don't think I completely agree with that. I think that we played that good. Hutchinson looked like he was ready to play. And, obviously there's going to be a little dust on the shelves when you don't play for as long as he has, almost a year. What do you guys think about the way that we contained Mr. Aiden Hutchinson?
Go ahead, guys.
I thought he got the haircut and he was supposed to tear us up. I thought he said, Barber, hit me with that one all over and I'm going to just tear up the Packers. And that did not happen. So I'm happy. We're chilling.
I love how Emilio noticed the haircut. What do you think, Tim? What do you think?
I think schematically we might have took Hutch out of the game a little bit there. It's kind of hard to get after the quarterback when you're mixing in the run, even if the run's only getting you 1 or 2 yards, like we were saying early on. We didn't get away from it. I was almost biting my nails waiting for that moment when it's like, oh boy, here we go. We're going to start chucking it down the field. And, to this team's credit, we didn't. We even saw Jordan check out of a few passes and check to a run. And it ended up being, 4 or 5 yards from Josh Jacobs. So, it's hard to get after the quarterback when your line's holding up well in the pass pro, and then you're mixing in enough of the run fits and running right at him. So I think we might have just schemed him out of this game today.
Yeah, to your point, Tim, Josh Jacobs finished with 19 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown with a long of 15. So
Blue
it's not
collar
like
stats right there. That's grab your
right.
lunch pail, go
It's
to
a
work.
lunch pail, drinking the
Let's
Gatorade
go.
of the working man, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
That's all he does. I don't know
I'll
what
say
else.
this. Did anybody else notice Aiden Hutchinson dropping into coverage and Jaden Reed burning him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Joe
In the
Barry
second
would be
window.
able to do that. I'm just saying. Yeah, it was the second window. You're right. Go ahead. Nick, go ahead, Jake. You good, man.
Yeah, Nick McSwain, the Packers were by far the most physical team. Packers D's swarmed immediately, and Parsons breaking through the O-line sack was terrifying. Belt to ass. And just not to, brush past your comment there, Nick, I don't think we've talked about it yet. Micah Parsons made a noticeable, unbelievable difference in this game. In the few snaps that he had, are you guys not convinced that that was an absolute, I'm convinced the trade was a blockbuster trade just off the way that he played today. No epidurals, nothing shot into his back, supposedly. The guy came in and every single play that he was on the field, he was a difference maker. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, for me, I think what I noticed was LVN and Rashawn Gary and Devontae Wyatt did their thing.
Yes,
I felt like they were way more effective than Micah Parsons. But again, as I said before, that Micah Parsons first sack gonna hit like crack, and it did. It did not disappoint, man. That thing pinged. It was lovely, let me tell you. So go ahead, Amelia. What were you gonna say, man?
No, the defense was tearing it up. Absolutely. I think there was a great game. You were spreading the wealth with the sacks, but Colby Wooden had a good game. I think he had LVN had his, Rashawn had his, almost probably a safety. Micah fast ran him down. Goff looked like he was running in quicksand there. Bull was bringing the thump. I think that and Amon-Ra was getting a little dirty out there,
he was.
little butt hurt, I would say. He was trying to throw the hand at Carrington and stuff like that. And, it's just good to see they locked up Gibbs. What do you have, like 50 total yards? I mean, you really can't ask for much better than that defense played. And it really should have been 27-6.
Yeah.
Hats off to CV for that, by the way, that play with St. Brown. When he took the hand to the face, they were going out of bounds. Little bit of jaw jacking, stuff like that. Another opportunity to, not hurt your football team. You could see Valentine kind of back off and just maybe mutter something under his breath as he walked away rather than getting up in his face and picking up 15 yards or something.
But Tim, I was told if it's an open hand slap, it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
Isn't that the rules? It's like the trailer park, right, Clay? Open hand.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Exactly correct. Trailer park rules apply
Top
in all
five.
stages of life. And
Top
sport.
5 on PFF right now for their live before they adjust the numbers. Right now, Edgerrin Cooper and Evan Williams tied at 1 with a 91.5.
Oh,
Shut up. Are you serious?
Devontae Wyatt at 3 with an 82.4. LVN at 4 with an 81.5. And Isaiah McDuffie at 5 with a 72.8.
Let's go, bro.
Cooper jumped off the screen. And that's why I mentioned him first. Even before Micah, before Gary, before everybody was like, Cooper you can see the extra weight too. Like when he gets there heavy.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Jake G126 with the super chat says that pass rush, though, the North should be shaking. Amen to that, sir. William Herman with the super chat. Thank you, William. He says Lions glory days are over. Big bro is back and he's pissed. And Rock Howard actually jumped in here, too. Thank you for the super chat there, William. And Rock said, I want to be the first to say FTP. I think we know what that means, but let's just make sure. So Jordan Love.
Classy Detroit Lions fan right here, for sure.
Jordan Love. Hold on. I'm trying to double check here. Jordan Love, no touchdown passes and 2 picks and a butt fumble. Actually, Jordan had 2 touchdowns.
That's right.
No picks and no fumbles.
No butt fumble.
Yeah. And Jared Goff did have an interception, I believe. And then he also went on to say Lions were going to win 38-21. Let me see, 27.
That didn't happen, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something's off there. Am I wrong?
That's not matching up.
That's weird. Yeah, that's the way it goes in Detroit.
Yeah, and also, did you see that streak on the line with the 8 straight wins versus NFC North opponents? That's a goner. 20-plus points in 15 straight games. That's a goner. 49 straight games with a touchdown. They saved that one. Lucky. I mean, Key had his fingers on it. We just need a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. And then
I'm
Chris
sorry,
Stevens super chat says number 70 stepped up when Tom went down. Man, I tell you, and the Zach Tom injury, I haven't gotten any updates. Have you guys heard anything on that yet?
It was a hip, I thought. A hip
It was
injury.
when Hutchinson tried to laid out Jordan Love on the fumble there or whatever. You just I think he just landed right on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew kind of what happened. I was just wondering if we gotten an update.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a hip bruise. Like Amelia said, he just came down right pinpoint on that hip. It just ugh.
Jacob, you see a lot of hip bruises too, right? When you're
I do, but it's usually a not greasing the pole the right way, you know. And that's a foreseeable problem that we got to fix, you know. I own that.
Looks like we had QB. I think we're all caught up on the super chats, right? So I think we had QB1 at the podium. Tim, if you'll get me a screen grab together here, man.
Let's go.
Let's go and see what Jordan had to say here at the podium. Let's do this. So this is QB1, Jordan Love, speaking with the media. Again, guys, I've got the volume cranked. You may have to turn your TVs up a little bit, but whenever you're ready, Tim. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Here we go, guys. Maybe. Guess they're going over the notes. I don't know. Everybody's scattering around. Jordan looks bored. Looked like me watching half of this game, to be honest with you.
Right.
Just kind of hanging out, you know, staring at the TV, going, man, it's ass whooping. Yeah. And maybe he's watching replays, right? Maybe he's watching the highlights. That might be
He's walking him through it. Yeah.
How you gonna make him? How you gonna make this man stand at the podium?
What does it mean to beat those guys and get a one victory and things that you hadn't done?
No, it's amazing. Obviously, I think a big goal for us was to be able to come in here and start the season off fast and start the season on the right note. So to come in here week one at home and get a dominant win like that is amazing and exactly what we've been working for. So it feels great.
Jordan, you guys talked all week about getting off to a fast start because you didn't do that in some of these games last year. Like, what was the key to doing that offensively today?
Just making plays, just going out there and executing at a high level and making plays. So like you said, it was a big goal for us to come in here and start fast. And, you know, I feel like you said, in our past couple games against these guys, we've got off to some slow starts and put ourselves behind. So it was a big goal for us to come out here and start fast. And we did exactly that. Came out, opening drive, scored points. So it's exactly how you want to start right there.
I think you were 4 for 4 on your first 4 third downs. Nice. Was there any key to that, or you know, the plan coming in for those?
No, I think I think we had a great plan coming in for our third downs, and obviously third downs just comes down to executing, going out there and making plays. And I think early on they were playing a lot of man, and guys going out there and winning their one-on-one matchups. You know, I think the O-line did a great job. They gave me a lot of time back there, kept me clean. So I think it always starts up front, and I think they did a great job, and we're able to, you know, have us help us, you know, get some opportunities down the field to throw the ball. So it just comes down to executing.
Hey, can we talk about that a second, guys? This offensive line, man. Did you guys feel like that too? That, I mean, Jordan just had all freaking day.
I've been saying we need to build the wall. I've literally been saying that since probably February of this year. I mean, we need to do that, and it's paid off. I mean, the only thing missing was Glover. I mean, that's the only thing that the offensive line was missing.
Oh, my God.
Hey, do you think, Emilio, let me get your professional opinion here. Do you think that Glover helping coach on the sideline was a big factor?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you could see that he's bringing the thunder out there. I mean, he's bringing that energy. It's what you need. But, yeah, the offensive line was crushing it. They really were. I love that you even, you know, and you were getting a lot from Tuck and from Musgrave out there. And you bring them in, Chips, get North, all that.
Love it. Love it. All right, let's go back to Jordan Love here.
I think that third down, Jordan. Touchdown to Tucker, I believe that was the third down.
Mm-hmm.
We're just seeing that one because just you watching on TV, there wasn't a lot of space there, but you threw it in a perfect spot.
Yeah, tight window. You know, Tuck's running this route, got quarters coverage, and was able to get, you know, behind the linebacker and inside the safety, and gave me enough room. And I trusted him, just put the ball out there, and he made a great catch right there.
It was an absolute seed by Jordan Love, Tim, to go down the seam, over the under defender, under the over defender, and Tucker Kraft with one hell of a catch there for sure, man. It's just,
where do you think you picked that up from? I'm wondering if that's the old Aaron Rodgers. If I see the nameplate on the jersey, I'm ear holing that ball all day. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful throw. Man, I came up. It reminded me of the scene.
The hot fish one last year against the Houston Texans. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same exact feeling, man. Same exact feeling. And again, Tucker Kraft. how many times is this going to happen before people finally start to respect this dude? He's got some of the best hands of any tight end in the entire game.
Right after Branch took his helmet right off.
Yeah.
He literally,
right after he put hands on Branch. I like that.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Here's Jordan again.
Josh is a great player, just 8 yards at the half. But what's it like to have a leader like that? He waits for the game to come to him, and then he can get you big touchdowns like he did.
Yeah, Josh, obviously, he always wants to, have the rock in his hand, and that's what type of player he is. But I think their game plan was come here and stop the run, and they're doing a good job of that. And so we struggled early on to get the run game going, but I think we made those big plays in the pass game. So obviously, Josh is he's a pro. He's going to wait for those opportunities to come his way and just keep going.
Jordan, when we talked to you, I think this week, you said it might take a little bit of time for you to, be in rhythm and connecting with the receivers because of all the injuries in camp. Just what were your thoughts on how you guys were kind of connected and clicking, and just how everyone caught the ball and made those plays?
Yeah, like you said, I think everybody's just making plays. When the ball came their way, obviously, like I said before, just going out there and winning their matchups on some of their routes and just executing at a high level. So, that's always the test, is just coming in here and executing. And like you said, we had some guys banged up through camp and missed some practice time. So, I missed some practice time, which is, it's never ideal, but you got to find ways to, stay focused and stay sharp throughout the week. And I think those guys have done a great job of that. And obviously came to the field and just got to go out there and make those plays.
All right, there you go. There's QB1 at the podium. How cool was that, though, that another thing that he mentioned there, Emilio, I missed a lot of time, too, in practice, right? And, boy, it sure didn't seem like it bothered him too much today. I felt like he was very effective. And I love that he didn't try to do too much. There was one particular play where he did a little too much. Obviously, a penalty kind of bailed us out there. You want to clean that up. The game could have been totally different if that pick six stands, right? We would all agree. Yeah. But same time, maybe he's seen the laundry on the field before he threw it too, because obviously it was a defensive hole.
Right.
But,
that five, I think they were kind of the back-to-back plays where Anzalone almost had that one that he kind of whipped over to Tuck, and then right after that he did kind of throw that pick six that was a penalty. But besides that, I would say he had about 50 minutes of clean football that game, right? He had maybe just a little hang up there, and that's fine. I said I wouldn't be mad at a couple picks. It could have changed that game around for sure, especially us being in our own end. But he was still looking the right way. He was reading well. He had time in the pocket. He stepped up. He used his legs, even after, maybe he slid a little awkward, but who cares? I mean, I'm glad the kid just got out and wasn't caught up in the scruff there. But he was really doing it.
Yeah, and it felt like early, Jacob, in this game, when they started to take the runaway, man, that Jordan was, it was literally like, you could not get any running game going at all. You were still committing to first and second down, just trying to run a rock, keep them honest. They were loading the box, all those things. And Jordan
I put the team on my back, dude.
Like, seriously, early on, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, all right, let's wing it around for a minute, then we'll get right back to the run game. And boy, oh boy, did it hit.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the poise of Jordan Love today, because it didn't start out absolutely perfect. He had a great 20-yard throw to Dobbs down the field there, right? And remember, there was a missed throw to Tucker that he was probably going to be running towards the freaking end zone still. Shot him by probably a good 10 yards, and I was like, dang, I hope this doesn't, have a marker of how the rest of the game's going to go. Well, it didn't. And then, I talked about they talked about, I should say, that LaFleur in the middle of the game, they're like, if he wins this game, he will have the highest winning percentage since 1970 of any modern coach. Like, and we're all sitting here trying to pretend like Matt LaFleur isn't,
a dog.
A dog, to say the least. One thing
you're going to get your ass kicked in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Savion Williams taking the opening kick and then him taking a jet sweep. Did you guys see that happening? You have that on your bingo card. Pretty cool to see that, right? The Kraft touchdown when Love was on 3 of 3 for third down conversions. I believe they got to 4 of 4 conversions. And just, again, every single time that I saw the offense on the field, it didn't seem panicked. It didn't seem stressed. It didn't seem like that they were out of their element. It seemed as if that they had a plan for every single thing that the Lions threw at them. And we just were the more dominant team the whole game. I never once, the whole time watching this, felt, hey, we don't know what we're doing right here. It just absolutely felt like we were in control. And that's a weird feeling to feel like defense, offense, special teams, I thought they all absolutely outperformed my expectations.
Yeah, Tim, I want to get your take on this too, man. Check this out, Tim. This is Jordan Love and Micah Parsons coming off the field together. Let's see if they address the fans on their way out.
I love it.
Love it.
Rashawn over there too. Love it.
Love to see
Let's
it,
go.
Tim.
See you guys Thursday night, baby. Let's go.
Whole new era in Green Bay, Tim. Whole new era, man.
I love
This
it.
is the 3-year window is open, my friends, and this is what we were talking about. This is why you don't make those crazy moves like people were. Think about this: how close they were to trading Trey Hendrickson.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Trey Hendrickson would have had an impact as well, right? But the reason they didn't trade Trey Hendrickson, Tim, is because they wanted Rashawn Gary, and Goody said, "Nah, I'm not giving up Rashawn Gary for Trey Hendrickson and picks," right? But then he turned around and gave up
wonder
Rashawn.
why I stand
Not
for
Rashawn.
Goody.
I'm sorry, not Rashawn Gary. Kenny Clark. I apologize. God, I got it. Kenny Clark. He wouldn't give up Kenny Clark in that trade for Trey Hendrickson, right?
Yeah.
And
But
then
for Micah,
turn around. It's different with Micah, 26 years old. The window is further open. If you get Trey Hendrickson, you got him for 1, maybe 2 years of really good football, probably. With Micah Parsons, man, it's a 3 to 5 year window is what you're looking at with Micah, right, Tim?
absolutely, and a lot of players on this team, quite frankly, that have recently signed extensions or new contracts. So I think it's true. It's a sign of the times. It's a new era. You want to have veteran leadership on your team, but you want to keep the youth movement going, right? Because like you said, once players kind of round that dirty 30, as we call it, you only have a handful of years of playing time left. So I think adding someone like Micah Parsons, who's experienced and talented, not to mention still a baby and still has some of his best years ahead of him, bodes well for the Packers. And we saw that on display today. I think we just got a little taste here in week 1. Once Micah Parsons gets more acclimated into the system, and our coordinators and our staff gets acclimated to utilizing him in different ways, I think we're going to see a hell of a lot more of it. And it's awesome, man. You love to see it, right?
Yeah, Tim, we have a dirty 30 rule at the Oval Office as well. We got to get him out of there by 30. Leo DiCaprio.
Sometimes I wonder if Brian Gutekunst is the general manager out there at the Oval Office.
That's all me, buddy. All me.
Oh, is it really? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to let's go to Coach LaFleur, who's at the podium right now. Let's see what the coach has to say about this huge victory over the Detroit Lions.
I was really happy with our performance. I thought the fans that showed up brought great energy, and the fans that sold their tickets to all those Lions fans got to be better.
Oh, hold up. If we just hear this.
Zinger.
God, I love
Run it
this.
back. Run it back.
Go back. Let's get a replay of that real quick. Just real quick. May have went too far. We'll find out, though. Here we
But
go.
all in all, I was really happy with our performance. I thought the fans that showed up brought great energy, and the fans that sold their tickets to all those Lions fans got to be better.
Bro.
Heard it from a
Put
fan
him
right
in the-
here.
Put him in the Hall of Fame right now. I love this. You guys know early on, right, when we were doing the pregame show, there was a lot of tweets coming out. Man, there's a lot of Honolulu blue out here, right? Good for Matt LaFleur. Somebody needs to say it.
What are you
Somebody
talking about? That's my
needs
job.
What do y'all think about it? I want to get your take on it. How do we feel about it? Does anybody disagree with what he said? What do y'all think?
Hell no. Let's
No.
go.
No, I
Like
think
Mrs. Green says, do better. Full stop. Let's go.
Yeah. We need that thing to be green and yellow. We need it to be like Clayton at the game yesterday, right, Clay? We just need that thing to be just green and yellow all around and just one little section of blue over in the corner in the nosebleed.
Bro, I walked up in that tailgate and I have my all white Packers gear on, where it's white with gray embroidering and everything. So it's like silver embroidering. And somebody seen the G and they went, hold up, is that a damn Georgia shirt you're wearing to a Tennessee tailgate? And I got a little closer. Oh, you a Packer fan? I am too, man. How you think we're going to do this?
Nice.
They're totally welcome. But, Tim, what do you think about your head coach out here punking people, man? I love it.
It's Tupac LaFleur, man. That's why I gave him that name. Aw Shucks Matt has been gone for a long time. There it is. Give me that image. Love it.
There you go.
Tupac LaFleur, 3 lung darts deep with the do-rag. We're ready to go. I love it. And you know what? He's right. I don't think anyone, at least anyone on this pod, is going to disagree with Coach there. You know, it's one thing for fans that are unable to attend for other reasons. You know, you have things that come up in your life. You can, you know, you're a season ticket holder. You can't attend a game or two in a year, so you sell your tickets. At least make the effort to make sure, you know, we've got green and gold in the stands at home. And I'm just so happy for this team and this franchise, and proud of our coach for calling it like he sees it, man. You know, the guys on the field did their job, right? They took care of home. I've always said that, protect 1265. We've been waiting the last 3 home game matchups against Detroit to finally get a win at home. And I think it was fair that he called out the fans that were willing to part with their tickets just to make a couple bucks off of some jerk-offs from Detroit. We'll just say it like that.
Nick McSwain says, Clayton, how many Zen pouches does LaFleur have in right now? The answer is just enough, Nick.
Yes.
Just enough. In case we didn't hit this, Chris C with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says Lions fans bringing back the brown bags. It's right around the corner, baby. Right around the corner. Let's go back to Matt LaFleur. We'll keep this up for a minute since he's who was it? Andy Monday, I think, said. What did he say about the pretzel? Jacob, you had it on the screen there.
Matt LaFleur's like a pretzel, salty with a crunch.
There you go. Let's see if he's got anything else in here.
The impact Parsons had on your defense overall.
Yeah, I thought it was very impactful. I think you look at that interception that Evan Williams had. It looked like he beat Penny pretty quickly.
But he said that. Micah did. Micah was kicking the crap out of Penny Sewell, man.
Yep.
Did I see that correctly in time, real time? It looked like he got a pressure. There was another sack where he got pressure on the quarterback. I'm not quite sure who got the sack, but I thought he was pretty impactful in the limited snaps that he played.
He ended up playing, I don't know, it was, I think 30 snaps, maybe somewhere in there. Was that higher than you would have guessed, or that you were shooting for coming in? Were you okay with that?
Yes, it's definitely higher than what we anticipated.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I'll have to investigate.
Built to ass.
Snaps on their final possession. So did you feel good about how much you had left in the tank that you guys were able to do that with it?
I could tell, like, he looked like he was gassing a little bit. So that's when we took him out. And you really wanted to end the game right there. And we had a couple opportunities. They converted a couple 4th downs. And obviously that was a hell of a catch by Tesla on the touchdown. But yeah, we wanted to end the game prior to that, obviously. Just couldn't get it done.
You kind of said you executed your game plan how you wanted. Was the goal to keep the Lions on their toes by spreading the ball around as much as you guys did today?
Yeah, this is how it happens. I think we've got so much confidence, and it's going to be a challenge. There are so many guys when you look at Rome and Jay Reed and Wicks and Tucker and Golden and Musgrave and Josh Jacobs, and then you got Fitzpatrick, Brooks, and Savion. We got a lot of guys that we have a lot of confidence in, and it's going to be a challenge to get all those guys the number of targets that I'm sure that they want. And but obviously that's a good problem to have. We just have a lot of confidence in these guys, and when given the ops, I thought they made the most of their opportunities. I thought, just Rome coming out, we hit a throwback on that first drive. That was a big play, an explosive play, and then hit them on, we call it a blazer route, but basically a post route later on that led to a touchdown for, what was it, a 48-yard gain. I mean, those were big plays in the game, but we got a lot of guys that we feel real comfortable getting the ball to.
The first 4 third downs is the 16-yard one to Wicks. He's got an 11-yarder.
All right, let's just go ahead and break away from that. We got a couple of chats in here, and appreciate everybody joining us. If you would hit that like button for us, hit subscribe. Make sure you click the bell icon so you're notified every time we do go live. Appreciate y'all making us a part of your post-game festivities this evening. As let's see here, we had a super chat, I believe. H.E. Soder, thank you so much, buddy. He says, well, that went well. Was worth the wait. Go Pack, go. And somebody else had mentioned too, guys. We got another game in 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
4 days. God,
I'll be in the building for that one. I didn't get to see tonight's dub, but I'll see
Nice.
Thursdays. Let's go.
That's going to be a heck of a matchup too, man. I mean, because
Absolutely.
again, if you were to look back to last year, and again, last year is last year, it's totally different than what we're looking at right now. However, if you were to compare those two teams, the Lions and the Commanders last year, I feel like they were on the same tier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you got just as much a chance to beat the Commanders at home as you do the Lions. And outside of Zach Tom, felt like we got out pretty healthy. Do y'all agree with that, or maybe I'm being a
Brenton
little
Cox Jr. waiting to hear about his
Apparently,
situation.
Cox has got a groin injury. It happens. You know what I mean?
You would be the first with
Just
that.
the tip, though.
And the real, I mean, and Bo had his shoulder injury there. He was throwing it around though on special teams, so I'm glad he was.
He fought through that block in the back. I saw that early on that didn't get called.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Just the tip. Just can't take it. Can't take it. Yeah, so looking here, Jacob Morley put a tweet out, says 9 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks versus Detroit. Either the Lions O-line has taken a massive step back or Green Bay's front is just that nasty, probably a bit of both, they said there. So, yeah.
Been talking about it since July. I've been trying to tell you about these dogs on that defensive front.
We were talking about it last year, Tim, when everybody was making it sound like they were bottom 3 or something. It's like, y'all are not watching the tape. You're not seeing how
Can
they're
we salute Colby Wooden for a second?
Yeah.
Put some respect on Colby Wooden's name. I can't wait to see his grade for sure.
Yeah. Did he make any of the initial grades there by chance, Emilio?
He did. Kobe Wooden landed in at number 8 with a 66-1.
All right.
We'll take that.
Not bad. Micah Parsons landed in at 10 with a 65-1 with a 72-9 pass rush.
Nice. Got it. Good stuff. All right. Let's do this, man. Let's switch over to the box score real quick. That sound good, fellas? Kind of get a quick little recap of what we've seen today. Jake, if you keep your eye on the chat, man, feel free to throw something up there if you got something that kind of goes with the conversation. I know you got a few marked right now, right? If we want to hit those real quick. Yeah, let's hit them real quick. All right.
I mean, there's a lot of super chats, so thank you guys about that for real.
We hit those, right?
Yeah. Antoine Roquiton says, was it just me or was Gary and Parsons not on the field a lot together? I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I think that's true. But I think that's because they realized initially that, like, oh shoot, we don't need these guys together. Like, they're literally breaking the game apart just one at a time. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I did not expect to see him with the amount of snaps that he had. And the two of them together are absolute Tasmanian devils. Like, it's crazy.
Do we have a snap count on Micah yet?
PFF had him at 30 snaps, 7 run snaps, 23 pass rush snaps, with Rashawn Gary having 47 total, 16 run, 31 pass rush.
Wow. So that's like 10 or 12 more than I thought they'd give him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What were we saying? What you were saying, 20, Tim? I was thinking, 30-ish. Jacob, we were right around there. So we were kind of on it, but I could kind of see him getting a little gas there at first. He was a little, catching your breath a little bit. But yeah. They
were using him a lot on third downs, just bringing him in on the third down.
And did you see the NASCAR packages when you had everybody standing up and then you had Mike at nose? And what I loved was 2 of them Halfley had it where Micah was at nose and then LVN got one of the sacks, and then Micah was at nose the other time. We had the full coffee house, everybody mugging, and we only ended up bringing 4. Yep. And then you did the same thing and only ended up bringing 3, and you still get a rushed pass or a sack. I mean, Halfley was calling a game right there.
In the notes here, I've got Gary and LVN with the run stop on first down. The very next play, they had LVN in the B gap as a joker. So he was standing up, mugging the B gap, standing up like a linebacker. He jab step right, engaged or got the guard to stay at home, and then he dropped into coverage, and lo and behold, they throw to the flat, and he's the one who gets to stop in the flat with the tackle. And boy, oh boy, did he look agile out there doing that. So, and then you end up seeing Micah playing a little joker. You've seen Gary play a little joker. So they're moving all those guys around. And this is what we talked about. They love that heavy rotation. You think about it. Gary and Parsons are both starting caliber edge rushers, right? They would be number 1 edge rushers on any team across the league that doesn't have like a superstar like Micah Parsons' level. Like, if you remove those top tier guys, that's what Gary would be. So why put them on the field at the same time when you can have him and LVN opposite each other, right? And then all of a sudden LVN has come off for a breather. All right, put Micah out there with Gary. And then Gary needs a breather. Put Mike out there with LVN. You've constantly got starting caliber edge defenders rushing those tackles. And as they're setting up their moves and the tackles are getting kind of comfortable with what they're doing to rush them during the game, now all of a sudden you look at me and go, well, this guy's only played 8 snaps so far, and I'm out here gassed. I played 30, and you got to go up against some fresh legs. So Clint, the armchair quarterback with the super chat, said, this is the start of a great year. Amen to that. Really, really appreciate the super chat there, Clint. Cheesy One says, what's a joker? A joker is when it's predominantly when you take normally a pass rusher and you stand them up in the A or B gap. All right. So you're moving them around as a joker. Like, it's some card games, a joker can be anything, right? You make the joker represent anything. See, Micah Parsons plays a lot of joker. You can line them up at edge. You can put them in a 3-tech. You can stand them up out, over the offensive line. But the way it's been described to me, Cheesy One, and this is a Greg Cosell term that he uses all the time, joker is when you take an edge defender and you stand them up, kind of like how we do Edgerrin Cooper and Quay Walker will mug the A-gaps with them. They'll do that with an edge defender, and that's called a joker. So you're going to see them do that with Gary. Remember last year we loved it. We watched it on the tape. Me and Tim, I think Emilio too, we highlighted it where Gary was standing in the A-gap, and then he backed off and acted like he was dribbling a basketball between his legs. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he rushed. He was playing joker right there. That's what a joker is.
Are you guys more surprised the fact that, one, the limited amount of snaps for Parsons, but when he did y'all see him line up? He lined up, I think, 3 or 4 times over the guard.
Mm-hmm.
He was
lined up over
shifted
the center one time.
I was going to say he was shifted over the nose tackle position at the last second. Like, that exactly was what Jeff Hafley said about the fact that there's nowhere that this guy can't line up and be actually productive and actually like send shivers down the offensive coordinator's spines. Like, that's insane to me that he actually did it in limited production, where we were like, he's maybe going to play 20 snaps. They're throwing him in at freaking like a 1-tech. Like, what? Yeah. What is happening?
Yeah, definitely. Andy Monday in the chat says Packers defense, 3.8 yards per play, 2.2 yards per rush. Let's go, dude. 9 tackles for a loss, 9 quarterback hits, and 4 sacks. There you go. I'll
take that.
Go. Yeah.
If you were to guess on who had the most pass rush snaps on the defense, who would it be?
Over the entire defense?
Yeah.
LVN.
I would think it was probably Devontae Wyatt, but I could be wrong there.
Devontae Wyatt wins with 35. Second with Rashawn, 31. Then we had Carl Brooks at 25, LVN at 19, Colby at 18, and Kingsley at 15. Or I'm sorry, with Mike at 23, but yeah, King. So it's like what I love, Devontae Wyatt stepped up, but he had a great game at the same time. I mean, a great game.
And again, when you're talking about that, when you're talking about the defense and Devontae Wyatt specifically, what was the big worry about losing Kenny Clark? A portion of the fan base like, what are we going to do to stop the run now? What are we going to do to stop the run? Guys, 2.2 yards per rush, if that's an accurate stat there, if that's final, that Andy had mentioned there in the chat. Last year, we finished second in the league in rush defense, only allowing 4 yards per carry. We kept the Detroit Lions at 2.2. And you guys know, going into the game, I said if I was the Detroit Lions, I would try to establish the run and really test that interior defensive line. Now that Kenny's gone, it did not work out. So, and next thing you know, you're playing from behind, and now you let the pass rushers eat. Bosco Jenkins with the 99-cent dono. Thank you so much, Bosco. We appreciate that, man. That's generous of you, buddy. Thank you for joining the stream this evening, man.
Yeah, Clay, look at that. Carries or yards, 46 yards, 22 carries. Divide that out. That's 2.1 right there.
There you go. There you go, man. So again, yeah. And Clint, the armchair quarterback, saying LVN looking good. Guys, not only did he look good, obviously he got the sack there, but also, dude, I mean, he's a run stopper. That's what LVN does. Like, you could tell he is so stout at the point of attack. At any point, did you feel like, man, the Lions' offensive line blew us off the ball there? I don't remember it.
Nope.
Nope. So I got this thing built out right. That's for sure. Let's hit some of the stats real quick since we're all caught up there on the chat. So Jordan Love, 16 to 22, 188 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interception. Isn't it amazing, Tim? You don't even crack 200 yards passing. But what did you do? You protected the football. You end up winning the ball game, man. I'm telling you, it's
Absolutely.
That's the name of the game.
And we saw Jordan do what we talked about earlier this week, which was get it done with his feet when necessary. right?
Yep.
We saw him being mobile today, and it really helped the team.
All we asked for was 2 touchdowns, 200 yards out of you, J Love. If you do that, control the ball, we should be in business.
Yep.
Chet in the chat says, hit that like button, folks. If y'all would, please do that. Take a quick second. Thank you for a reminder there, Chet. I got to have the listeners remind me to say something. But we got a bunch of people in here. If y'all would, hit that like. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and click that bell icon. We'll be going live daily. Tomorrow, we'll be doing a PFF grade recap. You'll get that tomorrow evening. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll have a Chalk Talk episode together. We'll pull our top 10 plays from this game, most important plays, and we'll break it down on the telestrator.
It's going to be a quick turnaround, Clay. While Washington coming Thursday night.
Yeah, and here's what's talking about quick turnaround. I gotta squeeze 5 days of work into 4 this week because I'm going to the race on Friday night at Bristol. So
here we go.
My wife is, and shout out to Mandy, the trooper. It's her birthday today. She's 23
Happy birthday,
years old.
Mandy.
Happy birthday, Mandy.
Happy 29th birthday, Mandy.
23, Jacob. She's 23.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
But yeah, she's a trooper. It was so cool. Had the door open, breeze blowing in. We're sitting about 65 degrees, watching the game. The dog's napping up here in the chair. Had the door open, going downstairs. Mandy was way louder than me downstairs watching this game. She was screaming her head off, man. I couldn't even take notes.
You said it was about 65 degrees over there?
Oh, come on.
65%.
65%. That's what That's correct. That is correct, sir. All right. That's Jacob when he hits 65, crawling around the front yard, having a picnic. All right, so Jared Goff finished 31 of 39, 225 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times, lost 25 yards. Jordan Love sacked 0 times. Here's what I love about that. He didn't rush the pass out, but he also didn't take any sacks. I mean, he was going through. He felt so comfortable back there. And by the way, does it look like Aaron Banks might have been a good signing, guys? All of a sudden, Aaron Banks is your left guard. Elton Jenkins is your center. Listen, no disrespect to Josh Myers, but we were very, very vocal. But after a year or two, I've had enough. I've seen enough. It's too important a position to continue to march him out there. Elton Jenkins looked like he did a hell of a job. You bring in Aaron Banks as your free agent addition there this offseason. All of a sudden, Jordan Love got all kinds of time to throw,
Weird.
I don't think it's a coincidence. So,
Aaron Banks had a 59 grade, but a 73.6 pass blocking grade.
There you go. That makes sense. All right, so going to the running game, Josh Jacobs finishes 19 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. I love that they just kept going back to him. You know what I mean? You didn't get away from the run. You just continued to make sure that they had to load that box and try to stop the run. And then you got some late game yardage as well, which is huge because now they're starting to get a little bit impatient. They might try to blitz a little bit more and try to have some big plays, force some turnovers. And Josh Jacobs started to lean on him. I think he had 2 explosive runs, I believe. And I think they both might have been by Kennard. So again, another addition on the offensive line, man.
For sure.
Yeah. And then Emmanuel Wilson only 1 carry for 4 yards. Jordan Love scrambled 3 times for 4 yards. Tucker Kraft had a carry for 3 yards as
Did you like that? Did you like that out of the wing look and just a little jet sweep?
I liked it a lot.
I don't know, man. Listen, there's nothing I want more than Tucker Kraft to get the ball in his hand and run over a DB. But I'm looking at that going, boys, I feel like everything's working okay. We don't have to do that, right?
But how honest is that? But how honest does that keep them, though, Clay? That's
I was going to say, I personally loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, how many times are we putting Tuck in motion and you're bringing Musgrave in motion, and then maybe you bring him across for a sift, and then bam, snapped it a little fast. He's got it going around the corner. Come on now.
I think that's.
You kept him honest enough to be all over it because it didn't really gain much yardage.
What do you guys think about Golden returning punts?
Me no likey that, Jan.
I was gonna say when I saw it, I was like, no, Shepard, please.
I personally did. I did because I feel like the receiver room got healthy. If Dontavion Wicks had been out and Savion Williams had been out, I would have been a little more. I liked him, but I'll tell you why. It wasn't, hey, let's break one for a big gain. It was, this guy's going to catch damn football, and that makes me happy on punt return. If you put him back there and just fair catch it and catch the thing, I'm good to go on punt returns. What I cannot stand is every time the ball is spiraling in the air from a punter's foot, I'm going, I hope we catch this one. That sucks. That feeling sucks. So, Their running game, as you guys pointed out here already briefly, David Montgomery, 11 carries for 25 yards, absolutely shut him down. Mr. All-World Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries, 19 yards. Jameson Williams, 1 carry for 3 yards. And Jared Goff had 1 carry for -1 yard. So again, like you said, Emilio, we held the Lions' potent rushing attack, 22 carries, 46 yards. You guys remember leading up to this, we pointed out the Lions had the best offense, the number 1 offense in the league last year. We talked about that. Look at what this
grading O-line.
Yes. Yeah. One of the best tackle tandems in the entire game, right? And again, leading up to this game, what do we talk about? Guys, they lost Ragnow at center. That's going to be huge. Is Tate Ratledge going to play center? I don't even know who ended up playing center, to be honest with you, but I know that interior could not get anything going against the Green Bay defense.
Yeah, Ratledge was playing right guard, and my man got worked on Kobe Wooden's one on their goal line where it's almost a safety, and he got worked on Devontae Wyatt's sack, I'm pretty sure. So he had a rough game.
We got a little bit of spillage over here from a couple years ago. Donovan Schilling says #fire Joe Barry. There you go. All right, moving on to receiving. Romeo Doubs led the way, had 4 targets, 2 catches, 68 yards, had that 48-yarder, which was just absolutely awesome, man. Great throw by Jordan Love. And,
I just caught the ball.
Jaden Reed targeted 5 times, 3 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. I know some people seen that one drop, the one that was thrown behind him. Like, what are we talking about here? It was a bad throw. You could tell it was a bad throw. Dontavion Wicks caught both targets, 2 catches for 30 yards. Tucker Kraft had a couple grabs for 16 yards and a touchdown. Matthew Golden, 2 targets, 2 catches, 16 yards. Far lower than people were projecting, for his first game. But, Tim, that makes me happy. That shows defenses that on tape, like nobody's game planning for 0 right now. They're going, all right, we got to stop 87. We got to stop number 11. We got to look for 85, right? And now all of a sudden, Matthew Golden, you watch, it's coming. It might be next week. It might be 2 or 3 weeks down the road, but they're going to key in on Dobby, and Matthew Golden's going to take one to the house. It's going to happen.
And that's how Matt LaFleur likes it, right? We kind of have a different featured receiver week to week. It depends on the matchup. It depends on what we're trying to do out there. Maybe to your point, the fact that he was returning punts today made us kind of look and say, hey, we don't need to, force feed him the football here in this offense. We can spread it around. And it just so happened that, Rome and Jaden Reed kind of got the bulk of the targets and the yardage and the tutters. But I tell you, we're going to see it from Matthew Golden real soon. And I'm willing to bet you that would coincide with him probably not returning punts as much if he's going to be the featured guy. But I think you made a great point about the fact that we did have Savion Williams. We had guys that were healthy in that receiver room. We saw Reed returning punts there towards the end of the game, which I thought was interesting. Yeah. I thought they maybe held Reed out of punt return, with the Jones fracture in the foot. But he looked pretty good out there today too. So I agree with that sentiment. There's no need to, give the rookie too much at one time. We're going to see a lot of Matthew Golden. He's got a bright future for sure.
Real quick, did you guys see Nick Nyman out there making a play?
Yes.
They put him on the 50, not the 53, right? So what would be the
practice squad brought him up?
Well, yeah, and I was very shocked where I saw him. I was like, oh, okay. Like that's not
just
a random signing.
I thought he was on the 53 when they picked him up because he had filled a spot.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, it's not 53 the dresses, right? Isn't it like 40?
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Just the fact that he actually made the cut. Like,
and already
right here, he's saying Neiman had 4 tackles.
Okay, let's go down. Get out here. Neiman, whatever his name is, 4 tackles, 1 solo. There it is, man. That's huge.
Hello,
huge, guys.
Neiman.
Love it.
So, surprise, Edgerrin Cooper leading the way there with 12 total tackles, 8 solos, man. He was flying around the football. How about Javon Bullard, too, boys? 9 total tackles, 7 solo there. Thought he looked pretty good. Quay Walker. Did you guys see Quay Walker flying out of nowhere and make that tackle?
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope we talk about Quay. Let's talk about my boy Quay. Damn good game today from Quay Walker. What did PFF have on him, Emilio? We got any early grades?
For our boy Quay, he had he was played every snap 61.8 grade. His run defense was a 63.5. It was his tackling was a 44.1. I think he missed one.
PFF hates Quay Walker.
Yep.
PFF hates Quay Walker. I don't know
They
why.
really do, man.
Love you, Quay. Good game, brother.
It's
Good
all right.
game.
They didn't.
He played
like my
great.
boy Bull either. They didn't. They had Bull down there at 54-4.
Nah, get out of
They
here.
don't like Georgia. They don't like Georgia alumni. We'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that.
There you go. Godsmack AR69 with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says, I don't know if someone beat me to it, but shout out to Darian Kennard. He stepped up in a big way after Tom went out. Prayers for Zach Tom. Very well said, man. We hit on it a little bit earlier, but I'm glad you bring it back up, Godsmack, because again, man, he's a dude that was on a great team. It tells me that Goody probably had a good draft grade on him when he did come out. He played for the Eagles, was buried on that depth chart, obviously, with that great offensive line. And Goody said, you know what? No better person to add depth with than someone who's got multiple Super Bowl rings. So I thought he played really well. I really did, man. And makes you feel a little bit better. Now we know, all right, that's the right tackle. That's a backup right tackle as it sits right now. So good stuff. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Let's see here. What else we got? On what Nick McSwain says, some crazy punts from Whelan's just an animal, dude. And I know people don't talk about this much. God, he just never misses. He could miss 3 in a row and shank them, and I go, that's all right, man. We've got our money out of him so far. He just never misses. He never misses. No. It's unbelievable, man.
We take good punters for granted in this league. We really do. I don't think we do in Green Bay. We know what we have, right? He just signed his contract, and he'll be here for the next few years, continuing to tilt the field, man. That's really a big piece that kept Detroit out of this game too, is every time we did get behind the 8 ball, Danny Boy was able to just relocate that ball and put them back in their own territory, and that's what you need out of your punter.
Yep. Randy Cleavers with the super chat. Thank you, Randy. Says, bring on the Commanders. Yeah, we'll wrap up here in a minute. We'll see how they did today and kind of look at their box score just real quick, just to take a quick glimpse at them. Clint the Armchair Quarterback with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says Lions 15-2 last year. Enough said. Beat a damn good team today, man. I think the Lions are still going to be a playoff team. I don't think they're just going to fall to the wayside. And it just shows you when you protect the football what this Green Bay Packers team can do, man. Rounding out this defense real quick, how about our boy Rashawn Gary with 1.5 sacks on the day? I counted that as a half sack with LVN on that one. And early on, ESPN had it at LVN with a solo sack there. And I'm glad they changed that. That's good news there. So Rashawn Gary, though, 9 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 tackle for a loss, and 1.5 sacks. All right. There you go with that. How about Kobe Wooden with 2 tackles for a loss, like you were saying, Emilio? Dog. Absolute dog out there.
We needed a little bit of a spike from the D tackles, and I think they brought it today.
Yeah, Keyshawn Nixon with the tackle for a loss as well. And you had LVN 4 tackles, 1 solo, a half sack, and a tackle for a loss. Devontae Wyatt with tackle for a loss and a sack. You'd love to see that. Micah Parsons with the sack and a tackle for a loss. So, and then of course Evan Williams with that solo interception there, which it was a great. I'm telling you, the way
Wade should have had his though too on that.
Yes.
Did you see him carry the vert, and knew that inside dig or that inside post was coming, and then sat on it?
Yep, completely agree, man. Savion Williams, 2 kick returns for 39 yards, had a long of 21. Obviously, that one, I don't know if it's probably not included there. The one got called back, right?
Yeah, that was a good return. I'm not mad at the way Savion got to touch the ball a couple times, and he showed out a little bit.
Yeah, Jaden Reed, 2 punt returns for 21 yards. Matthew Golden had 1 for 11 yards. So they're both right there on par per average. Now, a shout out to Brandon McManus. I don't even worry. I'm telling you, every time we line up to kick a field goal, I'll go grab something to drink. You know what I mean? I'm like, we're good. 2 field goals. So he was 2 for 2, along with 38, and hit all 3 of his extra points as well right there. And he's also an official in his spare time, in case you were wondering. Daniel Whelan, 3 punts, 164 yards, and 2 of them inside the 20 with a long of 65 yards. Tim, that, sir, is called invisible yardage, right?
Yep. That's exactly what I was talking about. Tilt that field, baby.
65%.
65%. That's what I didn't even notice it. All right, so there you go. There is your box score rundown. I wanted to hit on a little bit on the Commanders. You know what? We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do the PFF recap, and then we'll dive into the Commanders box score and kind of see what they did, because it's going to be a short week, fellas. Yeah. I hope I can get Chalk Talk ready and we can jump right into the Commanders talk. I think we can make it happen, but we'll see if we can do that. So we do have go ahead, hit the chat. Anything else you want to clean up there, Jacob? And then we'll go ahead and do the giveaway, man.
No, just Deadfish kind of throwing some, some light on guys that necessarily don't get that kind of highlight. He says, Chris Brooks, 3 tackles, not bad for running back. That's why this guy makes the team. That's why certain players make the team when we kind of all scratch our heads. It's because of the special teams presence they have. It's because of the stuff that they do when nobody's looking. And, man, what a team win tonight. I really do feel like that tonight we put together a freaking good ball game, guys. And who are you going to guard? Who are you going to try to block on offense and defense? That's what we've talked about all offseason. We came out and absolutely performed tonight. So,
yeah, completely agree,
and
man.
10 different receivers on 16 completed passes.
Yo, his first 8 passes were for 8 different people.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yep. And again, if you guys get a chance to, when we wrap up here, go to my Twitter account. And you're going to see I created a video for at Stick Radio, the Detroit Lions fan that was just talking mad trash before this game. I think you guys will enjoy it because talked about everybody being hurt. They have no receivers. And like you said, Jordan Love hit 8 different receivers on his first 8 passes. It's absolutely hilarious. So, all right, y'all ready to give away an autographed Lucas Van Ness rookie card?
How about these hands?
All right. Listen, guys, you want to buy into LVN right now. Any merch you can get. I'm telling you, the dude, he's making that year 3 leap. It's happening right now. It's happening. And if you're wondering, well, will he be here in the long run? To me, the contracts line up to where Gary is probably going to be here another year or 2. And if LVN's the dude, it'll probably be, hey, Gary, you want to take a pay cut and stay? No. All right, go get your money. It's the LVN Micah Parsons show. That's kind of what it's feeling like. I hope Gary retires as a Packer because if you can keep these 3 together, especially with all 3 of them being able to play Joker like we've seen, that's a lot of fun. So, again, Nick McSwain, bro, that pinky is foul. It is, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, somebody in the chat, hit me with a number between 1. Clint the Armchair Quarterback's already got him. We got him trained here. Clint the Armchair Quarterback says 7. All right, so we're going to shuffle this thing 7 times. If you're wondering why is there a broken pinky on the screen? Just a way that we give back to those who are supporting the channel through Patreon, through YouTube, all that stuff. We just want to, like I said, man, you guys, y'all keep the lights on. We want to give stuff back. So we do a giveaway every now and again. And this is going to be an autographed Lucas Van Ness card. Anybody who's a member on YouTube or a member on our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer fan total access. Again, you're not paying for this. This is a way for me to give back out of my memorabilia stash for those who are supporting the show. You're paying for extra content. You're paying for the emojis. You're paying for everything on YouTube like that. So we're going to shuffle this thing. What was the number? 6? Is that what it was?
7.
All right, let's shuffle it 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, boys, let's do it.
Rigged.
Yeah, it is rigged. That's right.
Way to jump on that one.
All right. Let's give away an autographed Lucas Van Ness card. I'm trying to get the zoom all the way in on the wheel, and there it is. That's what we're wanting. I want y'all to be able to see how nasty that pink is. All right. The winner of the autographed Lucas Van Ness rookie card is
Uh-oh. Here we go. Is
gonna
that
be?
Bates?
Joseph Baca. All right, Joseph Baca, you are the winner of the LVN. All right, guys, parting thoughts. Let's get out of here, man. Anything else y'all want to hit on before we wrap up?
Great win. Told my buddies last night Packers by 7, but I'm glad that it was more than that because that means Hafley's doing his thing. We'll get another top 5 defense. Jacob's going to have to double down on the tat, and we'll be good to go.
Okay, first of all, the tat is going to happen. Mama didn't raise no, you know what.
Yeah,
it's all right. Well, it's going to happen. Also, I really am impressed with the defense, though. Like, this was one of the most difficult tasks you could ask a defense to come out like week 1. A lot of guys have been on the IR / just not being able to practice. Did we want to have Hobbs there? Of course we did. But the fact that he wasn't there and the defense played as well as they did gives me such a lot of confidence in the way that these guys can come in every day, strap it up. And this wasn't like, we're not playing the Browns, guys. You know what I mean? We're not playing the St. Kate's School for the Deaf or the Blind or whatever. Like, we are actually playing the Detroit Lions. Apparently, they tell me they're a good team lately. We've lost the last 6 out of the 7 for them. Let's remedy that. Like, again, after this one, we set the course straight. But that's the last time that they had a stretch like that in the last 40 years. So let's not let them, Detroit, guys. Detroit. What are we doing? Like, just come on.
Anything else, Tim?
Yeah, nothing feels better than beating their asses at home. I love it. I hate that team. I hate their fan base. And I love the fact that we took back 1265. It's been a painful last few games to be there. I wish I could have been there today, got to see some pregame. That was cool. But I'm just so proud of this team. And like Jacob said, man, this defense is a force to be reckoned with. Front to back, really. We've heard a lot of talk about cornerback being the weak spot. I thought our cornerback play was pretty decent today. Certainly held Amon-Ra St. Brown to, 40 yards or something. So
he celebrated every one of those yards, though, Tim.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Mm-hmm. They celebrate a lot of meaningless things in Detroit. I'm just so proud of this team. Coach Covington, Coach Halfley, the boys in that defensive room just did a great job. And then what can you say about your QB1? Like Clayton said earlier in the show, man, just poised. Had all day to throw, but didn't need it and didn't take it. Didn't take sacks, didn't hold on to the ball too long. Just played a great game. Just proud of this team and quick turnaround. See you guys Thursday night for sure.
Right. Got to protect the home turf. 1-0 on the season, 1-0 in the division. I think it's a great start. Got that little whatever was on our back from last year. We have the same amount of wins, in the division as we did last year. So we're off to a great start. Let's keep that moving. And you're gonna have another tough competition. A mobile quarterback, a lot more mobile than we faced today. So let's see what Halfley can kind of work up. Get Mike in there. We got some more reps. Defense looked fast, physical. Everyone was swarming to the ball. I love seeing all the hats on the ball, and just keep playing hard, keep playing aggressive.
Yeah. Larry Cano, good to see you there, Mr. Larry. Appreciate you, buddy. He says with the super chat, $20.25. Today was a great day to start the 2025 championship season. Go Pack Go. Thank you, Larry.
Thanks,
Thank you so much. Been a supporter since day one. We appreciate you, man. Drew D with the super chat. After the game, I said I liked a random guy's Cooper jersey and said how Cooper is my favorite player. The guy smiled wide and said, "That's my son." How cool is
nice,
that?
Drew.
Awesome. That's what's up.
I love it.
There's no place like Green Bay, Wisconsin, man.
Love it.
How about Cooper? You knew Cooper was going to have a good game when he showed up in them chaps. You know what I mean? When he walked in with the cowboy hat, the dinner plate, belt buckle, and the chaps pregame. The lock, baby. The lock. He was so damn good on them drives. Thank you for the super chat, Drew. Appreciate you. One last thing here, all right? I thought this was cool. Matt Schneiden just tweeted it out. I won't read what it says. Hopefully we can understand everything that Micah's saying. Sometimes these are kind of low in the locker room. But Micah was at his locker, a little sweet locker room, by the way.
Seriously.
The new Green Bay locker room. But here's what he had to say after this game. Obviously, his first game as a Green Bay Packer coming out of that toxic situation in Dallas.
It's super relief. I'm telling you, this last 6 months was super draining, super toxic for everyone. I mean, it's something that, I don't think no player should have to go through. I think players' fate should be decided earlier. I think the fact that I was traded a week before the season, it was really outrageous and rough. It's something where I could have been with these guys getting better and better. And we could have had a probably even more dominant start, if that was the decision we were going to make. So I'm just happy that's behind. These guys embrace me. They believe in my talents. They believed in me, and I'm just going to give these guys everything I have because I know what's at stake. I know what they gave up for me to be here, and I'm going to do what it takes for us to win.
Yeah. How about that?
Let's go,
he said, these guys embrace me. They believe in my talents. They believed in me, and I'm just going to give these guys everything I have because I know what's at stake. And I know what they gave up for me to be here. I'm going to do what it takes for us to win. So, got us a dog, boys. Got us a dog. Tip your cap to Goody. That's it. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Listen, there's a lot of super chats, far too many to mention. Just please know, guys, every single person, I don't care if it was 99 cents or the largest super chat of the night, thank y'all so much for all the support. I know that comes out of your hard-earned dollars, and the fact that y'all do those donations is what makes us keep this thing going. It allows us to pay for the equipment, pay for all the stuff we need, and really, really appreciate the support, man. You guys are awesome. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Central Time for PTA Live. We'll do a full PFF review and get into any kind of injury updates, stuff like that. I know Tim will have his ear to the Green Bay streets tomorrow to see if we can get a tip on how severe anything with Zach Tom or Brenton Cox Jr. is. And we'll be back tomorrow to talk ball. Guys, appreciate y'all jumping in there with me, man. This was fun.
Are you kidding?
It was awesome.
All right, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Go Pack.
There we go.
Bye, guys.